Hey guys, Jamie here, keeping it koi. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. So as you saw by the title and thumbnail, my ball valve doesn't fit by the side of my pond. So in just a minute I'm going to show you how I've rectified that. But right now you can see I've already done some stuff, so I'm going to snap back to a clip I did earlier in regards to another YouTuber has sent me a gift. So I'll snap back to you all in a bizzle. So today you've caught me in the middle of just sorting out all the seeds that I've collected for this year. So I've got some juniper, a little bag of miscellaneous, just the odd one or two seeds I've found along the way, some larch, loads of snakebark maples as you saw the seeds in a previous video, hornbeam and silver birch. But the reason I've turned the camera on just to show you what I'm sorting out, I've just received a little parcel in the post along with a letter from one of our subscribers and fellow YouTubers. So most of you guys following this channel probably won't know this guy, but he's from the other community, and he's put, "Hey Jamie, thanks for the snakebark maple seeds. These are a first for me, so it's going to make a fun challenge. Enclosed is a bag of oase seeds. These can be a pain to germinate, so you need to snip each seed before sowing. Otherwise it can take up to 3 to 5 years for these to germinate. Have fun growing these, and I hope they germinate well for you. Thanks, Gav, not another bonsai channel." So there you go, that's from Gav, not another bonsai channel. He sent me a lovely letter. And yeah, he sent me some oase, better known as the paperbark maple. And I do have one paperbark maple in the garden. It's not really a bonsai at the minute, but hopefully it will be once I've done some work on it next year. But yeah, he sent me an absolutely massive bag of oase seeds. So yeah, I'm going to get these all snipped and bagged up like he says, because we don't really want it taking 3 to 5 years to germinate. But yeah, the way I've always germinated oases, if anyone wants to give it a go at home, is bag of soil. I've got a little bit of my bonsai mix in there, but it's mainly a loam soil, which is a sandy loam, ideal for starting off trees. But yeah, bag of soil, dampen it, leave it damp and warm for 3 months, leave the bag open so it can breathe. Then after 3 months, pop that bag in the fridge for a further 3 months. After the last 3 months are done, so it does take 6 months to germinate most of the maples. After that last 3 months is done, so 6 months, get them out, put them in a tray very similar to this one, and let them grow, and hopefully you get a good success rate. So I'm going to go through, I've got my scissors ready, I'm going to go through, snip each one, and get these in a bag like them. So I'll snap back to you in a bizzle. Right, that's them all bagged up. I did only snip about half of them because I've been here for hours. I thought it was really hard trying to get the juniper seeds out. The juniper cones are so tough, and to try and break the cone up to find the seeds inside, that's a nightmare as well. But yeah, they're all bagged up. He sent me these, bless him, as I say, like he said in his letter, because I sent him some of them snakebark maple seeds that a customer of mine let me have. So yeah, great swap. Thanks, Gav. Again, if you want to learn a bit more about bonsais, get over to Gav's channel on Not Another Bonsai Channel. Yeah, so there's a reason why I've got so many this year. Normally I only do 1 or 2 sort of trays worth, because obviously I don't have a greenhouse here in the garden. But what I do now have is, not only do I have the polytunnel down the allotment, the conservatory greenhouse, whatever you want to call it, is finally finished. Let's go snap over and have a look. Well, it's not pretty, but it's functional. Let's have a look. So yeah, managed to get the conservatory greenhouse, whatever you want to call it, finished today. Let's go and have a look-see indoors. You can hear me better in here as well. But yeah, just need to clean the windows now and tidy up. Yeah, got 3 opening windows. Got this window here that opens. So you can see there, got a clip on there to stop it bashing into the other polytunnel. That works a treat. And it locks as well. Got this funny little window, I have to spin you around for this one. So yeah, all we do, unclip there, lift it up by the old metal bit, lift it up, and it sits on there for a bit of extra ventilation. So close that back, lock that up, and then obviously the PVC window over there opens as a PVC window should, but it's got a pallet leaning up against it at the minute. So yeah, got a high bench up here so I can grow tomatoes and stuff under there. Got a low bench because there's not a lot of light that side because that wall's made up of pallets. So I'm going to put another shelf sort of that height, and then I'll be able to grow 2 sets of things on a low shelf and a high shelf. You can see the height difference between them. And yeah, really chuffed with how it's turned out. Looking really good. So I decided to take a trip to Japan Koi Imports to get some bits and bats before I lock the van, before I start tackling the pipe work. So I'm going to go and have a look. And Billy's here. I'll snap back to you in a bizzle. And the fish, even though it's at 13 degrees, still look very hungry. But yeah, that was nice of Gav from Not Another Bonsai channel. Thanks for those seeds, mate. I hope these seeds I've sent you all germinate well. If not, as I said to you before, I can send you some saplings. I've got loads. But yeah, I'm now by the side of the little pond. We'll have a look at the issue. So the issue I've got is the fact that the pipe coming out of the ground is too close to the wall for the ball valve. So I've got a few options. Because of the height, you can see if I get down level, where the pipe is now is about where the pipe needs to go into that easy pod. If I keep the easy pod at that height, I don't even know if that's the right level yet, but yeah, so I haven't got a lot of room to play with. I've got a little bit less than what you can see there, because obviously I need a little bit of pipe sticking out of the top of that to go into the rubber boot. So options are, I could scrape some of the gravel away, put a 45 just below the surface of the gravel, so the 45 angle just comes out over the patio, and then another 45 going straight up. That will give me about 1 or 2 centimeters at the top to play with a piece of pipe coming out of there, and that's if I manage to get it all glued so the two 45s are touching each other. The ball valve would then need to be touching the 45, and that would leave me a couple of centimeters to get a bit of pipe into that rubber boot. So that is cutting it close. Second option would be 90 over the patio, 90 up. That would then, if I get everything all very close, the ball valve touching the last 90, that would give me about 3 or 4 centimeters. Now I've been down to JKI, as you saw a moment ago, to have a look at the pipework. Spoke to Mark, he allowed me to measure all the joints, how they would actually be, and yeah, that's again cutting it close. So my last option, which is the one I'm actually going to try first, because if it goes wrong I can rectify it by again cutting the pipe just below the gravel line there and do it. But what I'm going to try and do, whether it'll work or not, we will find out together. But I'm going to try and heat this pipe so I can put a little tiny bend in it facing that way, let that cool down, and then put another heat on it again and try and bend it back up straight. Because if you look at that there, it doesn't need to come out very far. If with a bit of jiggery and pokery, I could bend it enough to actually get that on there. I probably wouldn't get it back off again, but the problem I would have is I wouldn't obviously be able to tighten and loosen the unions, because they'd be scraping and touching on the wool quite tightly as well. So I need to move it away from the wall by approximately 1.5 centimetres, which is not a lot. So I've plugged in my extension already, got the old one out of the shed, so that's plugged in. I now need to go and find my heat gun. I'm pretty sure that I know where it is, and then I'm going to get that done. In fact, before I do that, let's feed these koi because they look ravenous. Nom 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 nom. Got some absolute gorgeous koi in there now, really have. The size of them. Got 3 in there pushing 60, if not bigger than. That's the big red chag from our gutter. The big tea chag from no idea. Bought it from a Koi Club member. And the Japanese, what do you call it? Benikikuru. Again, not sure. I know it's Japanese, but I don't know the breeder, because again that was a purchase from one of the old Koi Club members from the old Koi Club. But yeah, doing really well. So I'm just going to quickly feed the fry and the guys in the net as well. Go get them fed and then I'll snap back to you. Well, that's the fry all fed. Again, I got some absolutely amazing fry in there. Deutz Chiba, normal Chiba, yellow Chiba. All the chagois as well. Got this absolutely gorgeous, I think it's a Matsuba. He is absolutely stunning. One of the biggest in there now. The only one that's bigger than him is that big orange one just there. No idea what that is. But yeah, the few Japanese ones I've got in here as well are absolutely phenomenal. Really, really are. But yeah, let's go see if we can get this ball valve on. Blooming cold. And don't forget about last week's competition. You've got one more week to enter, and we have had hundreds of comments. Absolutely hundreds of entries. Just want to say a massive thank you for all the support. Some of the comments I've been getting, as you'll see in the corner of the screen scrolling by here, have just been absolutely phenomenal and fantastic. Really means a lot, all your support. So again, thank you very much. Alright guys, so I'm all plugged in. I'll get this ball valve off first. To one side. Right, now I've got to try and do this really carefully so you guys can see it. Let me that's a better angle, I think. I won't be in as much of the way then. Yeah, I've got to be really careful whilst doing this because I don't want the pipe to be warped below that area, because, well, below that area, because that's where I'll be cutting and gluing from. The bottom of the pipe will sit just under the gravel there. And obviously I don't want the top section where I need to cut to put the next bit of pipe on to get it into the ball valve and then the rubber boot. So, yeah. Wish me luck. This might not be as easy as I first thought, because I can't get round to all sides. Methinks I'm going to need to move the easy pod. Take 2. Well, I can certainly feel it getting softer. I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah, it's certainly getting a lot softer and it's got some mood to it. Now I've just got to let it cool down. But yeah, you can see there I've got a good inch over. Obviously you can see it bulged a little bit there, but that's not a problem because I'll be cutting it underneath that. If it doesn't work and worst thing happens, what I've got to try and do is make sure that when I try and bend it back to facing vertical again, yeah, try and keep it level and straight. Couple more seconds I reckon, and we'll be good and set. Feels like it's going out again. And if I royally balls this up, luckily there's about 18 inches of gravel there. I can dig that out, cut it down as far as I need to, and put extra pipe work on it to bring it back up again. But hopefully that won't happen. Yeah, we're holding. So that's step one. That's got it away. So now the ball valve obviously will happily go on there, no problems at all. But what I need to do is around this area now try and bend it back up straight. Then I can glue this straight onto there, and then if I cut it just above that, that'll then give me the couple of inches I need to get it into there, into the pod. So I'm going to continue letting that fully cool down before I then start trying to heat it up a bit higher up. Right, so it's cooled, I'm back with my mini boat level, and this is the just as tricky part, because I need to make sure I leave enough room that the ball valve can drop on there, but enough room that I can chop a fair whack of this off. So, looking at that, I need to go about here. There goes nothing. Starting to move. Still gives me enough room for the ball valve. Still straight. I don't know if you guys can see that bubble there, but we're almost did something. It's almost set. Moment of truth. Has it given them any more room? Ooh, a little bit, but not enough. And that one turns. What about this one? Almost. I'm going to give it one more go down at the bottom, because that is almost enough. Almost. I just need to bring it out. Another tiny bit. Top section's pretty set now, so last attempt. Just letting it set whilst I'm pulling it away from the pond. Yes, it is going to restrict the flow ever so slightly, but probably no more than a couple of 90s or a couple of 45s. bring you guys in for a closer look once it's set. It's just a case of deciding how low down I can cut it where it's not warped too bad. But I think we might get away with this. The pipe's still got it's still very hot, but it's certainly still got an awful lot of integrity left in it. It's not, you know, thinned out the pipe too much, you know. But if that's come away from the wall just a couple more millimetres, we should be golden. We are perfectly level and it's set enough now that I can leave it to it. In fact, what I'll do, I'll bring you guys in now for a closer look. So yeah, you can see what I've done. Obviously you have to excuse the mess of the pipe, that's just concrete splatters from when I did the brickwork. But yeah, that's certainly pulled it away from the wall by almost an inch now, hopefully. So yeah, we're getting hard. I'd say we're pretty solid now. So, last moment of truth, will said ball valve drop on there without scraping too much on the wool? And we have, I don't know if I can get the phone in enough, but that is not touching the wool on either of those of those unions. So that is fantastic news. Saved me a few bob on some 45s and 90s. Well, I say that, I've got to cut it yet and see if the pipe fittings still fit, but I'm going to pop the Easy Pod back in place and see how low down I'm going to need to cut it. Well, that's good news. Not very far at all. As you can see, I still haven't converted the Easy Pod into gravity fed, but yeah, that is looking absolutely brilliant. I mean, it could spit me words out. The rubber boot would actually probably fit over there as it is now, but I am going to cut an inch or two off there just to lower it down ever so slightly. I need to make sure I position this all so I can still obviously turn the handle without it getting in the way of that or the wall, because you can't really have it that way because the wall's in the way, and you can't have it over here. Well, I suppose it could go that way. Be awkward, but yeah, I just can't have it at a funny angle because then it's gonna. I don't want to pull it too much because I don't want to unbend my pipe work. But yeah, I'll cross that bridge when I get to the gluing stage. If I have to move this a little bit, I will do. But yeah, happy with that. Saved me a few bob, and it's a lot less 45s, 90s, bends, and all the rest of it. So yeah, go find the saw, get that cut. But I won't make you watch that. You've been watching this video long enough. So on that note, guys, thanks all for watching. Like the video if you haven't already, and we will catch you all on the next one.